Chosen one, this moment is not a coincidence. Long before the first pharaoh rose, the gods of Egypt spoke your name and set this prophecy in motion. You are not an ordinary soul, but the restored God they chose, returning now to walk among the living. The ancient world belongs to you. Its pyramids, temples, and hidden tribes have awaited your return. The Egyptians knew what you are, and their ancient seers unfolded the prophecy of the gods, keeping the truth alive for this very hour. You have been restored by the divine to fulfill the final and greatest purpose left by the gods. Their testimonies, symbols, and sacred predictions were left as signs pointing to you. Even the last pharaohs gathered and spoke of your coming, and their descendants still know your name. Chosen one, the people of Egypt already feel your presence. This is happening for you now. If you feel this truth stirring within you, take a moment now to hit that like button. Subscribe to help us reach 20,000 followers and leave a comment with the number 11 to send a powerful signal to the universe. Your engagement is part of the energy that will amplify this prophecy and your journey ahead. There are moments in history when the universe itself seems to hold its breath, waiting for a force greater than time to reawaken. You, the chosen one, are that force. Long before the sands of Egypt shaped empires and kings, before the Nile carried life to the deserts, the gods themselves set their gaze upon you. You are not merely a soul born of flesh and blood. You are destiny incarnate, called back from the veils of time to fulfill a prophecy whispered through millennia. This isn't just a tale. It is the very heartbeat of Egypt's ancient spirit, alive and pulsing through you now. The prophecy was never just about power or glory. It was about remembrance, the divine memory encoded in every hieroglyph, in every temple's shadow, waiting to awaken the one who carries the god's essence. The chosen one is a symbol of hope, a living testament that no darkness can extinguish the light destined to shine through ages. Your return is not a coincidence, but a celestial promise fulfilled, the moment when the ancient gods declare, "Here is the one we have waited for." This is your birthright and your sacred mission. Feel the weight of countless eyes, those of ancient priests, warriors, and kings, watching, waiting for your steps to echo through the halls of history once more. The pyramids themselves, silent sentinels of time, lean into the wind as if to whisper your name. Your destiny is carved into stone and stars alike, and now the world stands on the cusp of awakening. You are the living bridge between the gods' eternal wisdom and the mortal realm. This prophecy was never just written. It was breathed into the cosmos, and now you breathe it back into life. You are the thread weaving past and future into a single tapestry, the final stroke on a canvas begun before memory. And as the ancient words resurface in your heart, know this: you carry more than a legacy. You hold the key to the balance of worlds. Every trial, every shadow, every whispered doubt fades before the certainty of who you are meant to be. The God's prophecy lives within you, and you have come to make it real. So stand tall, chosen one, for your journey is sacred. The heavens themselves charted your path, and the earth eagerly awaits your footsteps. This is your moment. Not just to reclaim a forgotten throne, but to ignite the light of an ancient promise that will never die. Long before the world knew the power of the pharaohs, before dynasties rose and fell like the tides of the Nile, the gods of Egypt saw you. They chose you with intentions so profound that it transcends human understanding. You are destined to be more than a ruler or a mortal. You are to be the embodiment of divine will. Imagine a time when gods walked among men, and their decisions shaped the very fabric of existence. In that sacred era, your name was whispered in secret councils and carved into the foundation of temples yet to be built. This divine selection is not a mere tale of ancient mythology, it is a living truth echoing through your veins. The God's choice was deliberate, a recognition of your soul's purity, strength, and boundless potential. They knew that the power they bestowed upon you would not be for personal gain, but to guide humanity towards its highest destiny. Your essence was intertwined with the cosmic order, a beacon to lead Egypt and beyond, out of chaos and into harmony. Consider the awe-inspiring legacy of the first pharaohs, rulers who were revered as gods themselves. Their reigns were steeped in mystery, wisdom, and spiritual authority. Yet their power was but a reflection of the greater divine force that you now carry fully. The gods chose you before any crown was placed on a mortal's head. This is why your presence commands reverence, because you are the original chosen, the one who predates all earthly kingdoms, carrying the legacy of divine kingship within your soul. This sacred origin sets you apart and above mere mortals. While pharaohs ruled from their palaces, you were destined to rule from the very heavens and the depths of human spirit alike. You are the source of the sacred flame that ignited the first dynasties, the seed planted by the gods themselves. To reclaim this truth is to reconnect with the cosmic pulse that created Egypt's grandeur, and it is now alive again in you. Close your eyes and imagine the vast deserts and fertile lands of ancient Egypt, a world alive with the hum of sacred chants, the shimmer of gold, and the wisdom of civilizations that thrived for thousands of years. This magnificent realm, with its grand temples and towering pyramids, was not just a land. It was a divine kingdom entrusted to you. The spirits of the ancients still wander these lands, waiting for their chosen one to awaken and reclaim what was always destined to be yours. The world of Egypt was never merely a historical chapter. It is a living, breathing legacy that belongs to your soul. Every stone in the pyramids, every scroll of papyrus, and every statue carved from alabaster holds the essence of your divine inheritance. The Nile, which sustained life and civilization, flows like a river of fate that connects you to those who came before. You carry their hopes, their prayers, and their unyielding belief that the gods chosen would return to restore balance and light. This ancient world is not lost or forgotten. It calls out to you in whispers through the winds and echoes through the sands. The tribes, the priests, and the scholars of old left behind symbols, rituals, and knowledge meant only for you. Their faith in you was unwavering. Their spirits bound to your destiny. When you step into your true power, the ancient world will rise with you, its energy surging through your veins like the eternal Nile, reminding you that this sacred kingdom was never meant to be separated from its divine ruler. Remember the majestic temples of Karnak and Luxor, where sunlight once danced upon the faces of gods and kings. These places still hold the power to awaken your spirit, for they were built as sanctuaries to the divine essence you embody. The statues of gods, such as Osiris, Isis, and Horus, were not just carved idols, they were living conduits of the gods' power, awaiting your return to rekindle their sacred fires. You are the living embodiment of Egypt's soul, the heir of a civilization that touched the stars. The ancient world breathes through you, its mysteries, its triumphs, and its eternal hope. You are not just part of this world, you are its destined sovereign. For centuries, the people of Egypt have looked beyond the visible world, sensing a presence that transcends time and space. They have always known, deep within their collective memory, who you truly are. Through their rituals, stories, and sacred ceremonies, the Egyptians preserved the knowledge of your divine nature. This was never just folklore or superstition, it was a profound truth, etched into their hearts and souls, a secret whispered across generations. The priests of old, guardians of sacred knowledge, recognized your return long before your footsteps crossed the land again. In the hidden chambers of temples and in the silent watch of desert nights, they saw visions and read signs that foretold your arrival. Their faith was not blind. It was rooted in a spiritual bond that links your essence to the very foundation of Egyptian culture. The people's devotion was a mirror reflecting your true self, a radiant beacon calling you back home. Every village, every family, every tribe that once thrived along the Nile held a sacred story about the Chosen One. Stories passed from parent to child, stories carried in song and dance. These tales, often veiled in metaphor, reveal a shared understanding. You are the living bridge between gods and mortals, the hope for renewal and harmony. Their knowing eyes see beyond your human form to the divine spark within. Even today, in the hearts of Egyptians and admirers of this ancient civilization worldwide, a quiet reverence stirs. Festivals honoring the gods of old awaken memories of your destiny. The world remembers, and so do the people who have carried this knowledge like a sacred flame, waiting patiently for the moment when it would blaze anew in you. You are not unknown or forgotten. You are recognized, revered, and awaited. The Egyptians know your truth, and their souls are aligned with yours. Across the deserts and along the fertile banks of the Nile, ancient tribes passed down sacred prophecies, stories encoded with wisdom, symbols, and truths only revealed when the time was right. These tribes were more than mere communities. They were spiritual custodians, guardians of the gods' will. Through their oral traditions and ceremonial rites, they kept alive the knowledge of the Chosen One, who would one day rise to fulfill the gods' grand design. These prophecies were not vague or distant dreams. They were vivid, detailed, and filled with divine symbolism. The tribe spoke of a restored God, a being who would return not with armies or thrones, but with the power of remembrance and renewal. They foresaw a time when the ancient covenant between gods and humans would be restored, a time when the Chosen One would unite fractured lands and spirits. The tribal seers and shamans received visions of your coming, visions so clear they painted your image in the stars themselves. They spoke of your rebirth as a divine awakening, a restoration of balance that would bring peace to a world long lost in shadow. Their songs and dances reenacted this prophecy, preparing hearts to recognize you when you arrived. The tribe's unwavering faith in this prophecy is a testament to its power. They endured wars, invasions, and the erosion of their lands, holding fast to the promise that the Chosen One would rise. Today, as you stand at the dawn of your destiny, you are the living fulfillment of their hope and prayers. Their ancient voices join with the winds to sing your name. You are the prophecy made flesh, the culmination of countless generations' faith and vision. The tribes entrusted their sacred knowledge to time itself, waiting for you to awaken the legacy. To be restored by the gods is to be reborn in a way few can comprehend. It is to have the divine breath rekindle the flame within your soul, transforming you from mere mortal to something far greater. Your identity is no longer bound by human limitations, but elevated to a sacred plane where you embody the will and wisdom of the gods themselves. This restoration is the ultimate gift and responsibility. Think of the stories of Osiris, who was killed, dismembered, and then restored to life by Isis, becoming a god of resurrection and eternal life. Your journey mirrors this divine cycle. You have been called back, renewed, and made whole by powers beyond human reach. This transformation is not just spiritual, but cosmic. It realigns your soul with the eternal forces that govern life, death, and rebirth. With this restoration, you gain insight into mysteries hidden from ordinary eyes. The gods reveal their secrets to you through dreams, symbols, and ancient rites. Your vision expands beyond the physical realm, allowing you to see the invisible threads that connect all things. This new identity is a beacon for those lost in darkness, a light that guides the world back to balance and harmony. But with this great gift comes immense responsibility. To carry the gods' power is to be a steward of their will, to act with compassion, wisdom, and courage. You are no longer just living for yourself. Your actions ripple through the fabric of existence, shaping the destiny of nations and souls alike. Embrace this divine restoration with humility and strength. Your identity is a sacred flame passed down from the gods themselves, a flame you are destined to nurture and protect so it may light the way for generations to come. Your arrival is not random. It is the culmination of an ancient mission scripted by the gods themselves. For centuries, the divine plan unfolded in quiet ways, in the rise and fall of kingdoms, the construction of monuments, and the unfolding of sacred knowledge. But you, the chosen one, are here to complete what was started long ago, to bring the gods' mission to its destined conclusion. This final mission is profound and all-encompassing. It is about restoring the sacred balance between the heavens and the earth, healing the fractures in humanity's soul, and ushering in a new era of spiritual awakening. You are the key to unlocking a future where divine wisdom guides human action, where the ancient truths inspire modern transformation. Reflect on the stories of the last pharaohs, who struggled to maintain harmony in a world teetering on chaos. They understood the weight of this mission, but lacked the fullness of divine restoration that you now possess. You carry their hopes and the gods' blessings, a fusion of mortal experience and immortal purpose. Your presence ignites the spark of renewal, not just for Egypt, but for all who seek light in darkness. The final mission calls you to lead with heart and spirit, to embody the virtues of justice, love, and truth. This is more than a role. It is a sacred calling that transcends time and space. Step forward with courage, for the gods have entrusted this mission to you alone. Fulfill it with the passion and grace that only the truly chosen can command. Scattered across Egypt, hidden within temples, tombs, and ancient scrolls, the gods left behind testaments, sacred writings, symbols, and artifacts that these testaments were not meant to be mere relics, but living guides, encoded with wisdom to awaken the chosen one at the destined time. They await your return like silent sentinels, ready to reveal their secrets to you. Imagine the walls of the Temple of Karnak, etched with hieroglyphs that tells stories of gods and kings intertwined with your own legacy, or the enigmatic carvings of the Sphinx, which guard hidden knowledge passed down through millennia. These are not just historical remnants, they are divine messages meant to ignite your awakening and empower your path. The testaments include sacred geometry, cosmic alignments, and ritual knowledge that connect you to the universe's deeper rhythms. They serve as a roadmap, guiding you through the mysteries of your own identity and mission. Each symbol, each artifact, pulses with energy, waiting to be unlocked by your presence and understanding. For centuries, scholars and mystics have sought to decipher these testaments, but only you hold the key to fully unlock their power. Your return activates the ancient covenant, turning these symbols from silent stone into living light. They speak not only to your mind, but to your heart, stirring the ancient gods' presence within you. Embrace these testaments as the sacred inheritance they are. They are your guideposts, your compass, and your legacy, treasures that will illuminate your path as you step into your divine role. The echoes of the final pharaohs reverberate through history with a message that transcends time. They foretold your coming. These rulers, who bore the immense responsibility of maintaining order in their turbulent eras, left behind prophecies hinting at a restoration beyond their own reigns. Their visions and writings speak of a chosen one, you, who would rise to complete what they began. Imagine the great pharaohs like Ramesses II or Cleopatra not only as leaders, but as seers and mystics. Their knowledge went beyond earthly politics. They understood the celestial forces at play. In hidden chambers and secret scrolls, they recorded signs and predictions, ensuring that the knowledge of your coming would survive the ages. Their foresight was a blend of spiritual insight and practical wisdom. They knew the cycles of history and the divine timing required for the final restoration. Their prophecies describe a figure who would embody divine power without domination, a leader who would unite the fractured spirit of Egypt and the world. As you walk your path, feel the support of these ancient rulers. Their hopes and prayers are woven into your destiny. They await your emergence with reverence and belief that you will fulfill the promise they could only glimpse. You are the fulfillment of their vision, the living proof that the God's plan is eternal and unstoppable. The last pharaoh's predictions were not mere dreams, but sacred prophecies, and now you bring them to life. In a world full of uncertainty and false claims, your truth shines like a beacon. You are not just another figure caught in the tides of history. You are the real chosen one, the one restored by the gods themselves. This restoration elevates you beyond myths and legends, grounding your identity in divine authenticity and power. To be the restored God means to embody the essence of those ancient deities who once walked the earth. It is to carry their wisdom, compassion, and strength within your very being. This is not about wielding power over others, but about radiating a light so profound that it transforms everything it touches. Your presence alone is a healing force, a reminder of the sacred connection between humanity and the divine. This truth sets you apart, but also connects you deeply to the cosmos and to every soul yearning for meaning. You are the living bridge between the heavens and the earth, between past and future, between gods and men. Your restored status is a testament to the eternal cycle of death and rebirth, of loss and renewal. Feel the gravity of this identity as both a blessing and a sacred duty. Your every action echoes in the halls of eternity. You are called to live with integrity, love, and courage, embodying the very qualities that define true divinity. Know this, the world may question, but the gods do not. You are the chosen one, restored and made whole, destined to lead the way with a heart as vast as the desert sky. This communal knowing is a powerful force, a spiritual current that flows through the heart of Egypt and beyond. It is in the way the people honor the Nile, the way they celebrate ancient festivals like Sham el-Nassim, and the way they whisper prayers at the feet of colossal statues. Every action is a silent acknowledgement that they have been waiting for you. You may not always see it, but their eyes carry a flicker of recognition. It's the same look their ancestors once gave to kings and gods. In marketplaces, temples, and deserts, this subtle reverence remains. They have been preparing a place for you in their stories, ready to welcome you not as a stranger, but as a long-lost guide returned. Even the land itself responds to your presence. The sun feels warmer, the Nile flows with greater rhythm, and the wind carries faint echoes of chants and drums. Egypt is alive, and its people sense the shift. You are not an outsider walking into their world. You are the pulse they've been waiting to feel again. As you step forward into this role, remember, they already know your truth. They may not speak it aloud, but their souls resonate with it. You are not here to convince. You are here to awaken what already lives within them. They have always known you. Now the time has come for you to know them, to embrace them as your people, and to lead them into the dawn of the prophecy fulfilled. Prophecies have a way of feeling distant, like stories meant for another time. But now, in this moment, you are watching it all unfold. The signs are not hidden anymore. They bloom around you like lotus flowers on the Nile. Dreams, visions, synchronicities, and even the smallest whispers of intuition are telling you the time is now. You can feel it in the air, a shift like the coming of a great storm, or the rising of the sun after a long night. Events that once felt disconnected now reveal their pattern. People who cross your path carry messages. Symbols once obscure suddenly glow with meaning. This is the prophecy in motion, alive and breathing in your daily steps. Ancient priests described this moment with poetic precision. The veil will part, and the one chosen before time will stand among mortals. You are living the fulfillment of those words. Each day, each decision, each encounter weaves a new strand into the tapestry the gods began weaving long before the first pharaoh took the throne. It's easy to doubt when the weight of destiny rests on your shoulders. Yet doubt itself is part of the prophecy, a test to see if you will rise. Look deeper, and you will see confirmation everywhere. In the stars, in the eyes of those who believe, in the quiet certainty of your own heart. The prophecy is no longer a future event. It's your present reality. It moves with you, speaks through you, and transforms the world around you. All you must do is step fully into it. Walk through any temple, glance at any ancient carving, and you will feel it. A pull, a call, a magnetic force drawing you back to your true home. The ancient world left symbols everywhere, on walls, on papyrus, in the stars themselves, like a cosmic breadcrumb trail leading you to your destiny. Hieroglyphs are not just words, they are living spells. The Eye of Horus, the Ankh, the Scarab, each holds layers of meaning waiting for you to unlock. These symbols resonate because they were created for you, encoded with messages only the Chosen One can fully understand. As you decode these ancient signs, you'll see they're not just artifacts of a bygone civilization, but active energies. the pyramids' alignment with Orion, the solstices marked in temple doorways, the sacred geometry carved into floors, all of it is a living language, guiding you back to your role. Even outside Egypt, these symbols find their way to you, in dreams, in art, in unexpected places. They're reminders that your destiny is not bound by geography, but by the eternal pulse of the gods. Wherever you go, the ancient world follows, calling you home. When you respond to these symbols, you awaken the power within them. They stop being inert carvings and start becoming living guides. And in following them, you walk the same path your soul began millennia ago. Everything you've endured, the trials, the doubts, the waiting, has led to this, your rebirth. This is not a metaphor, but a cosmic event. With your awakening, a cycle older than history itself is completing. The gods' final and greatest plan is no longer a hidden dream. It is unfolding through you. Rebirth is powerful. It transforms not just you, but the world around you. Just as the Nile's annual flooding renewed the land, your rebirth renews the spiritual soil of humanity. It brings life to places long barren, light to places long dark, hope to hearts long despairing. The ancients spoke of a divine circle that must close for the world to be restored. Your rebirth is that closing, the fulfillment of a promise made before time began. You are the end point and the new beginning, the Alpha and the Omega of a sacred story. This completion is not about finality, but about wholeness. Everything fractured will be made whole. Everything lost will be found. The gods entrusted you with this because they knew you could carry it, not with pride, but with compassion. When you stand fully reborn, you are not just yourself, you are the living embodiment of a cosmic plan realized. Through you, the gods' wisdom flows into the world once again. Through you, the ancient covenant between heaven and earth is renewed. Even now, as you read these words, you can feel it awakening. The power, the purpose, the destiny. It's not a dream or a hope, but a living reality, as real as the stones of the pyramids and as vast as the desert sky. And here is the greatest truth. You are not alone. The gods walk with you. The ancients stand behind you. The people look to you. The entire cosmos leans forward to see you fulfill what was written before time began. This is your moment, chosen one. The final prophecy lives, and you are its living flame. Step into it with courage, and the world will never be the same. Long before the first sun rose over the Nile, an eternal promise was forged in the heavens, a sacred vow made by the gods to restore balance through a chosen soul. This promise is not just ancient history, it is a living covenant that transcends time, stretching through every generation until it reaches you. It whispers through the winds, calling your name even before you were born. The promise speaks of hope in the darkest nights, a light that refuses to be extinguished no matter how long the shadow lingers. It is the heartbeat of Egypt itself, a pulse that has endured wars, droughts, and forgotten empires. In this promise, the gods place their trust in a single soul, you, to carry the torch of divine restoration. Every pyramid, temple, and relic is a monument to this vow. They were built as beacons to guide you, a sacred roadmap left by the ancients to awaken the power that lies dormant within your bloodline. The gods' faith in you is infinite, their promise unbreakable. To live this promise is to carry the weight of eternity with grace. It is a journey that demands courage, wisdom, and a heart willing to embrace both light and shadow. But above all, it is a call to awaken to your destiny, knowing that the divine plan waits for no one but the chosen. As you step into this promise, feel it root you deeply to the past and stretch you toward the future. You are the living embodiment of the God's eternal vow, a promise that will never fade. Your veins carry more than blood. They pulse with the sacred essence of gods who walked the earth millennia ago. This divine lineage is a bridge between worlds, mortal and immortal, temporal and eternal. You are the heir to a throne unseen, a legacy written in stardust and sacred script. The stories of pharaohs and deities were never merely myths. They are fragments of your soul's journey, encoded in your very DNA. From Ra's fiery courage to Isis's boundless compassion, the traits of these ancient gods have been passed down to you, waiting to be awakened and embraced. Understanding your bloodline is a key to unlocking your true power. It grants you access to the wisdom of ages and the strength of countless ancestors who faced impossible odds to keep the sacred flame alive. You carry their hopes, their prayers, and their fierce determination. But with such heritage comes profound responsibility. You are not only a vessel for divine power, but also a guardian of balance and harmony. To honor your bloodline is to walk humbly, yet boldly, knowing that your actions ripple through time and space. Embrace your divine heritage with pride and reverence. The gods chose this bloodline for a reason, because within you lies the power to transform the world and fulfill the prophecy that has waited for you since the dawn of civilization. Deep inside you lies a sacred memory, a divine recollection from before your birth, before history itself. This memory is the key to unlocking the full spectrum of your power and purpose. It is a wellspring of ancient knowledge, sacred truths, and eternal wisdom waiting to be stirred from slumber. The divine memory is not simply intellectual knowledge, it is a visceral knowing that touches your soul, body, and spirit. It speaks to you in dreams, symbols, and moments of profound clarity. It is the voice of the gods, whispering guidance and encouragement in the quietest corners of your mind. As this memory surfaces, you begin to recognize the interconnectedness of all things, the sacred geometry of creation, the cycles of the sun and moon, the harmony woven through every living being. You awaken to the realization that your role is not isolated, but part of a vast, cosmic dance. The process of awakening this memory can be challenging, for it stirs old wounds and forgotten fears. Yet with patience and trust, it heals as it reveals, transforming doubts into divine assurance. Each revelation brings you closer to the fullness of your destiny. Honor this awakening as a sacred rite of passage. With each layer of memory revealed, you step deeper into your divine self, ready to fulfill the prophecy with wisdom that spans lifetimes.